Hello you knaves, welcome to Shakespeare Academy. I've been looking at some Shakespeare stuff online and I accidentally left the camera on, so I've got some footage of my reaction.
No, God! No, God!
What I want to point out in this video is that thou does not mean you, at least not exactly. First, we have to talk about what the different forms of thou refer to. You might have heard of thou and thee and thy, but what do these all mean? Well, prepare yourselves for a quick grammar lesson. The Best English Dictionary from the Second Best English University defines thou as the subjective case of the second person singular pronoun or as a subject or subject complement. Well, what is a subject? Subject is a grammatical term referring to the part of a sentence about which a statement is made or a question is asked. It's a noun or a noun phrase that agrees with a finite verb. So let's take the sentence, the cat chases the mouse. In this sentence, the subject is the cat. The cat is the one doing the chasing and the sentence is about the cat. So the cat is the subject. So you only use the word thou for the subject of a sentence. So you would say, thou art a knave. Typically, the noun affected by the verb is called the object. In our earlier example, the cat chases the mouse, the object of the sentence is the mouse. The is the word you use for the object. So you would say the cat chases thee, or I have told thee what the object of a sentence is. Finally, you use thy to indicate possession. It is thy mouse or thy cat or thy lesson. While these are all second person singular pronouns, in Shakespeare they don't mean the same thing as the word you. In Old English, thou was singular and you was plural, but during the 13th century, you started to be used as a polite form of the second person singular pronoun, probably in imitation of the French vous. This gave speakers a choice between thou and you for the second person singular pronoun. In Shakespeare, you is often used by inferiors to superiors, so from children to parents or from servants to masters, and then the superiors would use thou in turn. You is also the polite form of address among the upper classes, whereas among the lower classes, thou is the form of address. But the word thou is also used to express intimacy and is also used to insult people. Accordingly, a change from you to thou or vice versa in a conversation or in a play indicates either a change in mood or a change in relationship. For instance, in The Merchant of Venice, Blind Gobbo realizes the man he's been talking to is his son, Lancelot.
You are the father!
And he switches from you to thou, indicating a switch from formality to familiarity. I cannot think you are my son. And then Lancelot responds. When Gobbo realizes that Lancelot is his son, he says, indeed, I'll be sworn, if thou be Lancelot, thou art mine own flesh and blood. What a beard hast thou got? Thou hast got more hair on thy chin than Dobbin my fill horse has on his tail. We also have an interesting example from Hamlet. In Hamlet, Shakespeare uses different second-person pronouns to express Hamlet's resentment towards his mother.
Now, mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
There's a complex and subtle interaction between Benedict and Beatrice in Act 4 of Much Ado About Nothing. Watch how he switches from you to thou to indicate his changing feelings and motivation. Curiously, Beatrice always uses you.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you. But believe me not. And yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
Oh, my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says I love not you.
And then this scene continues. Beatrice asks, will you not eat your word? Indicating politeness. Benedict has a second attempt at intimacy, where he says, I protest I love thee. And then a few lines later, Beatrice says, You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest I loved you. Now, this is quite polite and quite unusual for a passionate expression of love. Perhaps Beatrice is still aggrieved at what has just happened to her cousin Hero. But Benedict responds, "And do it with all thy heart." Again, trying to hint at some sort of intimacy, but Beatrice rebuffs it and says, "I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest." Again, Benedict tries to create some intimacy. "Come, bid me do anything for thee." Beatrice's response is extraordinary. "Kill Claudio, kill your best friend." And then when Benedict refuses to do it, Beatrice tries to create some distance between the two of them. She said, "You kill me to deny it." And then rebuffs him a couple of lines later. "There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you, let me go." Benedict has yet another attempt at intimacy where he says, "By this hand I love thee." When he realizes that Beatrice won't be moved, he introduces a solemn question. "Think you in your soul the Count Claudio hath wronged Hero?" Beatrice assents, and then Benedict's tone changes to something more serious and businesslike. "I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand. And so I leave you." There you have it. Watch out for the changing thous and yous in whatever play you are reading. There are even more interesting examples in a play about deception and shifting loyalties, but I can't do a video on that until this video reaches 100 likes. Don't forget to like and subscribe us and find us on the web at the links below.